Hey everyone, welcome to Ed Challenge Podcast. I know I am in a super echoey place right now. I'm just traveling, doing some work for Mark. This is actually the house that he built. It's ready to go. I'm taking photos. Can you guys hear my voice? I want to make sure everybody can hear me okay. Let me hear that you can hear me, please. I hope this, and if I apologize if the feed isn't very good. I'm literally tethering right now, so I'll try my best. If you guys aren't getting notifications for my channel, like unsub, sub again, and then hit the little bell. Sometimes you just have to do that. And how does the voice sound? Is it super echoey? We all good? It is so cold in Ottawa. It is so cold here that I swore a whole bunch when I went outside. It's a little blurry. I mean, unfortunately, I can't do much about it. I've got a full 5G connection. I don't know why it's doing that. Sorry, guys. Let me see if I can pair it. Give me a second here. Might get a little bit of a better. Let's see if I can do this. Give me a second. Sorry, guys. Where's everybody from tonight? Where's everybody from tonight? Holla, holla. Let's see if I get a better connection that way. Let's see. Florida. Branson, Philly. Excellent. Good to see you all here. Again, sorry about the echo. But this is Mark's house. Isn't it nice? It's the house that he's selling, that he just built. I'm staying here tonight because I'm taking photos of his house. I'm doing his real estate stuff because that's what bros do. Doing his 3D, everything else. Make sure you guys smash the thumbs up. Subscribe if you are not subscribed. Today, it's going to be, I like what we're talking about today. Finally, I think a little bit of justice is coming our way. I hope, anyway. Justice for these kids. Some of these stories that you guys are about to hear today, trigger warning. This stuff gets brutal. What you're about to hear today is, like, in my opinion, not obviously to the depths of what Epstein did, but it's a different type of trafficking. Okay, it's like, it's just like, it's exploitation of children, but it's nuts. It's nuts. So I'm glad I'm not blurry anymore. Hopefully the voice is okay, and we can get started. So if anybody doesn't know the Piper Rockelle story, what's going on, this thing called the Squad. If you don't know who Piper Rockelle is, she's I want to say a 13-year-old, maybe 14 now, influencer with like 8 million subs, or 5 to 8 million subs. I don't know what it is. I only have one screen here. I'm used to using 3 screens, so it's going to be a little bit difficult for me. But she is an influencer, and her mother's name is Tiffany Rockelle Smith. And Tiffany Rockelle Smith is the manager, the momager, the one who has exploited her child for millions of dollars over the years. She's the one who created the Squad. She is, yeah, if you guys have kids, Kelly Phillips, you got a point here. If you guys have kids that watch this, please make sure they don't watch this, because I'm pretty sure it gets through the kids filter. I'm actually, 8.8, 6 million subs. Thank you very much. I think the Rockelle stuff gets through the filter. So, I've done a couple of videos on Tiffany. The one most notable video I did on her was her making out with a 17-year-old person and like forcing them. And that person came out with a statement about how it was forced. And basically Tiffany Rockelle is there's no easy way to say she's a predator. Okay. She's an absolute predator. Okay. Not only is she a predator to her kids, friends. And there's allegations that we're going to look into as well of things like convincing young men to emancipate from their parents so they can be on the channel. There's allegations here of when a kid doesn't want to be in their network anymore, they will literally go after them in many ways, try to shut them down, put them on PORN sites and things like that to get them demonetized. Thanks, Christine. I appreciate it. You got to make sure that, you don't just tell your kids about what they're doing, make sure they don't do it, but at the same time, make sure they can't watch it. You can there are things in YouTube that you can block so your kids can watch it. Oh yeah, her mom. It's definitely sexual assault, and we have it on camera. Her doing what she was doing, and the allegations are also that she gives the kids alcohol as young as Piper being 9 years old, drugs, the whole thing. There's allegations of Tiffany Rockelle selling her daughter's underwear, her used underwear, on the dark web, which I think you guys would be absolutely floored and flabbergasted by this market. And I'm not just saying it's for these underage girls, but there's a massive market on the underground market where people, men specifically, I think gross people, will buy women's used underwear. Look, I'm not one to shame those to do what they want to do. But if you do that, please unfollow me. Okay? I think that you're creepy. People who do that just like screams not normal to me. Okay. So that's, I think if you look at the Daniel Cohn, Piper Rockelle, it's a very similar type story, selling feet pics, selling used underwear, bath water, that type of thing. Yeah, Tiffany's living, where did that comment go? Sorry, I found it. Tiffany's living the life she wanted to live through her daughter and using her child to make a lot of money. One of the things that really, really gets me about this case is the brother. Now, there's this guy that does the filming and editing. He's the brother, right? Everybody thinks he's the brother. It's not the brother, everybody. It's the mom's boyfriend. And multiple times they go on this video and they talk about him being the brother. He's actually the live-in boyfriend, and he's like 26 or something like that. And Tiffany is like what? My age, 45, 42. I'm 42. She's like, could be even older. So anyway, what's happening right now is I'm tagging you. What? Yeah, it's been a thing for a while. Never crossed your mind that it would be a market for used underwear from a child. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Just everything that I'm not, and I'm not coming at you. I'm not saying that to be mean, but yeah, like look at the whole market of family vlogging and the fact that I don't just talk about this because I think it's wrong to exploit the children for money. That's also, but there's predators literally just eating this stuff up and they're downloading it, they're putting it on the dark web, they're making stuff. Piper says he's not her brother now. They used to say they share a dad, but he says they're not. Yeah, they came out because they got called out on it. What mother can do this? Oh, you're about to get down this path. I'm telling you that Tiffany Rockelle, allegedly, is on level with like a low-level Epstein style thing. Like sure, her traffic is a little bit different, but she traffics in exploitation of teenage kids on the squad. Okay. What? Well, she's gonna be in jail. You love Piper, Tara? Tara, I hope that you don't. I hope that you can understand that it's, again, and we're not here to attack Piper. None of what I talk about today will ever be Piper's fault. Piper here is the victim. Like Daniel Cohn is the victim. All of these kids, Gavin Magnus, everybody in the squad, all of these moms, even though they're putting this lawsuit out at this point, all of these parents are guilty of exploiting their children online. All of them are, and making money on it. So, Tara, I hope I can change your mind tonight to not watch Piper stuff, because Piper stuff is very, very dangerous for you to watch, especially if you're a young girl. Okay. I don't watch any of Piper's videos. I will not watch them. I refuse. This sounds like Jenny Papak. Her mom exploited her when she's 14. She's big on TikTok. Yeah, there's lots. Guys, you don't even have the half of it. There's so many moms. And this is only starting to ramp up. This is just starting. And the danger of not having any protections in place, like the Coogan law for child actors, is why this gets here. They've exploited this loophole. They can get around it. And these kids like Piper and Daniel, they make almost more than child actors. I want to say they do, because they have nothing regulating them. Nothing. They can make tons and tons and tons of money and nothing regulates them. And you know who spends all the money? Is the mom. Okay. So how many kids are involved in this ordeal? It looks like, I'm going to read this guys to you for a second. So if I don't read your comment, I'm really sorry. Sorry, Josh, we're having a sub convo about how beautiful. Oh, okay. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, so let me just open up this thing here. Maybe I can read it on the screen with you guys so I can go full screen. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, I think I can. Okay. Uh-oh. Here we go. Okay. Whoa, when my daughter was in college, her underwear kept going missing. We later found out her roommate was selling her worn under. Oh my gosh. Unfreaking believable. My kid's staying home for us forever. Okay, let's read this together. So this is from the Dylan Law Group, Inc. Okay, everybody. So if I don't read your comments because I'm reading here, so if you want something, hold on to it till I'm done reading, okay? So here it is. Popular social media creators sue former manager for sexual battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, civil conspiracy, and more, okay? I hope, Deb, that she's going to go to jail for this crap. Let's talk about it. Los Angeles, the Dylan Law Group, on behalf of its preteen and teenage social media influencer clients, which have a combined 8.8 million YouTube subscribers, filed a lawsuit seeking several millions of dollars in economic and non-economic damages in California Superior Court against their former manager, Tiffany Rockelle Smith, mother to 14-year-old Piper Rockelle, Hunter Hill, and their business Piper Rockelle Inc., alleging a litany of egregious actions against the plaintiffs, including physical and assault. Okay. Whoa, guys, this is just crazy. And I know I've been following this for a while. In the back end, I've been speaking to some of these moms and everything. It is insane. I couldn't say anything just because they were dropping this lawsuit, but it's unlike anything I've ever heard. And again, this stuff, it changes your outlook on everything when you start realizing what's going on the internet. What a mother specifically, the depths that she will go to make money, the depths that she will go to exploit her preteen and now teenage daughter, to the fact that she's selling her underwear. Look, if you do that, just on that alone, we don't even have to talk about anything else. If that ever comes out to be true and they have proof of this, there's nothing else that you need. If you do that, you should go to jail for the rest of your life. Oh, thanks, Busy. Tiffany is in the videos playing the role of Frank the dog, but tries to keep her face off camera. Well, can you blame her? Yeah, the whole former squad is going after. And there's like kids that are stuck in the squad right now that can't get out, by the way. So it's going to get crazy. And the only way that these people can really stop Tiffany is if she goes to jail. That's it. I mean, honestly, she's got such a tight grip on this whole industry. And Jordan Matter, everybody, Jordan Matter, I'm coming after Jordan Matter. I don't care what anybody says. Jordan Matter is implicit in a lot of this for the content that he puts out there. Jordan Matter has been on my radar for over a year. If you guys know who Jordan Matter is, reach out to me, okay? I'm telling you, there's something wrong with this guy, all right? Okay, so let's get into this. Plaintiffs are Sawyer Charbino, Don Ladd, Connor Kane, Hayden Haas, Walker Bryant, Sophie Fergie, Corinne Joy, Simone Harrison, Claire Rocksmith, and Reese Rocksmith. Okay, now I've recognized a couple of these names, and Gavin Magnus and his mother were trying to get me to throw some people under the bus a little while ago. They're trying to dish some dirt. I think that Gavin Magnus's mom is going to be in another lawsuit coming up, I think. Yeah, if you guys watch Jordan Mater, just don't be fooled by this guy. Understood? Okay, don't do it. Don't be fooled. Let's see if I can get this here. I'll read it to you. Okay, so let me read it. All right. The lawsuit alleges the defendants committed unjust enrichment, sexual battery, civil conspiracy, battery, intentional infliction of emotional distress, violation of common law right of publicity, intentional interference with contractual relations, intentional interference with prospective economic advantage, violation of California Civil Code 3344, and violation of California Business Code 1722. And there's not even to say the violations of child labor laws that these people are probably destroying. Jordan Matter, or whatever you want to call this guy, this stuff needs to start being regulated, or people like Jordan Matter are going to continue to do this. I was watching Cheer with my wife, and I'm going to be doing a story on that Jeffrey story on the on Cheer. And Jordan Matter, there he is in the damn video taking pictures. That guy sets off my creepy dad radar like anything I've ever seen in my life. Okay. Here are some highlights, but we're going to read the lawsuit too of all the allegations and stuff like that. Let me know if I'm reading too fast, everybody. Everybody with me so far? Yeah, the amount of photos that Jordan Matter has of little girls in leotards doing splits and things like that is off the charts that he has not been flagged yet. Off the charts. Okay. The amount of nudity photography he does, I get that's art, la, la, la. I understand that. But then to go from that type of art to then photographing children, it's a freaking really fine line as far as I'm concerned. You know what I mean? Burn those in the fire, Carrie. All right, let's do this. So Smith inappropriately touched plaintiff Claire E. on numerous occasions, including rubbing her exposed thighs and moving her hand toward her V, constantly spanking and or slapping her butt, sticking her finger, poking her butthole over her clothing when she walked by Smith, commenting on how big Claire E.'s breasts look, and then attempting to squeeze them, and on one occasion took a wooden spoon and smacking it all over Claire's body, tried to spit in Claire's mouth and on her face one time when Smith was on top of Claire after she woke up one morning. Oh my gosh. I haven't read this, guys. I'm reading it with you live. So this is Tiffany Rockelle, who's a mother of Piper, who is doing this to another young girl, okay? She's doing this. This is the allegation, everybody. These are all allegations. None of this is proven in court. I'm just reading the allegations from the lawsuit, okay? Claire is Piper's cousin. Jeez. So let's go to that thing, and we'll read that chapter 14 in that. So let's do that. I'll read that to you. Chapter 14. How do you do this? I don't know. Here we go. Wait, is it chapter 14? Where is that? Page 14. Okay, good. Here we go. Hope you guys can see that. Okay. Okay. On another, there's so much here, guys. It's gonna just trigger warning, okay? Oh my gosh. So on another occasion, Offset, Miss Smith, Tiffany, asked plaintiff Reese, the youngest plaintiff, and Lenny, the dead cat's voice, whether she has ever had S before. When Reese responded no, Miss Smith told her, well, I think you should. Miss Smith would also ask Reese in Lenny's voice whether wanted to see my D and smell my smelly D. On one occasion in particular, Miss Smith sat on the bed next to Reese and began moving her hand up Reese's exposed leg toward her V. When Reese recoiled and knocked her hand away, on several other occasions, Miss Smith in Lenny's voice would grab a broom and rub the broom handle all over Reese E's face and head, telling her it was Lenny's big smelly pee. Finally, on yet another occasion, and after running into a bathroom to hide from Miss Smith, Reese heard Miss Smith outside the door tell her, Reese, I have my pants down. Do you want to come see? When Reese finally left the bathroom, Miss Smith ambushed her, grabbed her by the neck, tossed her under the bed, and began pretending that her right arm was Lenny's pee and rubbing it all over Reese's face. This is an adult mother, everybody. Miss Smith also inappropriately touched Claire on numerous occasions as well by rubbing her exposed thigh, moving her hand towards her V, constantly spanking or slapping. We read that already. And smacking it all over Claire's. Miss Smith also tried to spit in Claire's mouth and on her face one time. Miss Smith was on top of her after Claire E. woke up in the morning. These kids live in this house, everybody. They live in this house. You guys, what you're not understanding is that these kids come stay at this house and they film content, and it's really, really inappropriate content. They have sleepovers. She gives them drugs and alcohol, and it's just, they don't go to school. Nothing, guys. This is going to blow up, and I hope this changes everything about how YouTube deals with this type of shit. Okay? Trigger warning, trigger warning. On another occasion, Offset, plaintiff Corinne D. accompanied Miss Smith to the local post office where Miss Smith mailed out several of Piper's soiled training bras and panties to an unknown individual. Miss Smith remarked on Corinne that old men like to smell this stuff. On another occasion, on set, plaintiff Sophia F. witnessed Miss Smith grab Piper's face and make out with her in an attempt to teach her how to kiss. This is her daughter. On another occasion, offset, Miss Smith was at a local Taco Bell drive-thru with Connor, Mr. Hill, Piper, and another squad member at the time. When she was asked by the drive-thru operator whether she wanted sauce with her order, Miss Smith responded by aggressively rubbing her breasts for everyone to see and loudly exclaiming, "Yes, Daddy, extra sauce, please." Guys, this is an adult who is the head of the squad, right? She's the one that cast the kid. She brings him into the room. Let me update everybody before we continue, okay? I'm going to update everybody. Yeah, Don, I'll update you. We're talking about Tiffany Rockelle Smith, who runs the squad, which is Piper Rockelle's channel, okay? This is how this works, okay? Piper is the star of her show, okay? What Tiffany does is she sends out these things in Hollywood. They're like casting calls, looking for teenagers in this age range that look like this. And what they do is they bring them onto the channel, and these parents pimp their kids out to these channels. These parents aren't innocent, by the way. These kids don't get into these situations unless their parents put them there. So they're not all innocent. But for the time being, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's why I'm covering this and I'm on their side right now. So Piper's the lead squad member. What she does is she does casting calls. She brings a bunch of kids in. They do all these videos that are really inappropriate. Just insane. Some of them are challenges. Some of them are like making out with my boyfriend. They're all disgusting. Okay. And then what they do is these kids grow their own fame. They grow their own channels. And often what they do is they want to leave. But Tiffany doesn't want them to leave. Right. And she'll threaten them with things. Gavin Magnus came out with his video talking about how it all went down, which now I think that they're back and connected. Gavin Magnus's mom came out and spilled all the tea on it. Okay. And now what happens is when they leave this thing, squad, Tiffany, what she does then is she uses a Russian bot farm, allegedly. And what she does is like a DDoS attack on YouTube channels. But I don't think she can do that anymore because they took away the thumbs down option. They didn't take it away. They just can't see it. So what they do is they thumbs down things 5 seconds into the video by the thousands. I'm talking 50, 100,000s. What that does is it removes you from the YouTube algorithm. And these kids had channels with like 1 million subs, now went down to 10,000 views or something like that. And she basically just tore them to shreds because she had the ability to. She also uses a Russian bot farm, allegedly, to up the view counts in her videos. Okay. Oh, there's current squad members right now that can't get out of the house that Tiffany is trying to emancipate from their parents, convincing 13-year-old boys to emancipate from their parents so that they can stay in the house because they're popular actors on this show. It is absolutely human trafficking. It really is, but it's legal. Here's the problem, everybody. It's effing legal because the parents consent. You know why, Shannon, so many adults allow this? Money. They care more about money than their children. They think, or they're just shitty parents in general, where they're saying, well, my kid wants this. I'm going to help them follow their dreams. Why wouldn't I help them follow their dreams? Because your dreams are going to land them in jail or they're going to land them in front of predators. That's why. Guys, I'm not going to hold back on any of this shit. After reading what I just wrote about sending her bra and panties because old dudes want to smell it, I literally have never in my life ever could understand why people would do something like this. Okay. I cannot understand this. And Tiffany needs to be put in jail for that, just for that alone. It's legal because there's no constraints for what you can do on YouTube with your children. Look at Ryan's toy review. Look at it. His parents make $20, $30, $40 million a year. That kid's like 8. He works more. Like, it's just crazy, and it's legal. It is. Los Angeles is the root of all evil, as far as I'm concerned. Okay, let's keep reading this stupid thing. I'm going to go to the top. Why not? So anyway, all told, plaintiffs' contributions to defendants who have reaped millions of dollars as a direct result of plaintiffs' involvement in Piper and the YouTube channel collectively span thousands of hours of labor and nearly 800 collective appearances in Piper's 550 videos posted on our YouTube channel. The average viewership of Piper's YouTube channel nearly quintupled from 2018 to 2021, when plaintiffs began making appearances in Piper's videos, as opposed to the early years of Piper's YouTube channel, late 2016 to 2018. And guess what, man? Jake Paul is a big part of this. He's the one that got her there. While plaintiffs were never compensated for the use of their names, images, or likenesses in Piper's YouTube videos, created and posted by defendants, that was the least of their problems arising from defendants' misconduct. As alleged in more detail below, plaintiffs were frequently subjected to emotionally, physically, and sometimes sexually abusive environments perpetrated by Tiffany and Offset during filming sessions for Piper's YouTube channel. All right, this is where we're going to get into it, guys. Again, please, if you don't have the emotional, capacity to hold on to this, this is a truth that needs to be told, but it's going to ruin your night, and it is Friday. So if you just don't watch this if you don't want to not sleep tonight, okay? Because this is unreal. What I'm about to uncover is unlike anything that I've uncovered on this channel ever before. Okay, it's unlike anything you've seen. Like, yeah, you can talk about the wife's life and our life and all these people. Those people are literally vanilla compared to this. Vanilla. So take a breath. Let's do it. Ms. Smith, grossly inappropriate, offensive, and abusive treatment of plaintiffs. Okay. Throughout the course of the plaintiff's relationship with defendants, and specifically their relationship with Tiffany, who functioned as a primary producer, director, and overseer of the content creation for her daughter's YouTube channel, Ms. Smith oftentimes made wildly offensive and sexually explicit comments and innuendos to plaintiffs. Several such instances include the following events. Here we go. Trigger warning, everybody. During a filming session, Ms. Smith was referring to another squad member when she told Sophia F., I wonder, since this squad member has freckles, whether he has a bunch of freckles on his D. This is, again, none of these kids are over the age of 18. Likely most of them are 13, 12, 14, 15, max. I don't think any of these kids are over the age of 17. Okay? She said that to another kid about another kid. Okay? These are children, everybody. They're children. Plaintiffs would frequently hear Ms. Smith refer to another squad member's P as Dwayne the Rock Hard Johnson. This is a predator, everybody. This is coming out, and she needs to be in prison for this, okay? I know this is a lawsuit for money, but the FBI needs to intensify in this shit and put her in jail, okay? Imagine the people that are in jail that have done way less than this, by the way. Ms. Smith would frequently assume an alter ego identity as Lenny the Dead Cat and chase plaintiffs around her house, the usual filming site for Piper's videos, shouting obscene and graphic phrases such as, I'm going to F you up the A. I'm going to touch you in your sleep. Yeah, mama, little boy, little girl, let's make out, let's kiss. And we know, here's the thing, how we know that this is sort of true. I know this is all alleged stuff for the lawsuit, but we have a video of Tiffany, who's drunk, making out with a minor on camera. And she didn't get investigated. CPS hasn't done shit. This woman should be in jail, and there's proof. There's literal video proof of her doing this. Video proof. And she's just walking around making money. Nothing happened to her. CPS, again, failing. Sorry if I'm getting really angry, guys. Ms. Smith would also frequently assume an alter ego identity as Frank the Pug and make similar explicit and racially offensive remarks to plaintiffs she would make as Lenny the Dead Cat. Ms. Smith would frequently tell plaintiffs who are typically paired up with one another as pseudo-crushes, this is for the video, for purpose of video content, very explicit instructions such as how to act with one another, forcibly grab her and aggressively kiss her, what to wear, sexually revealing clothing, short skirts, low-cut tops for the girls, and tight-fitting jeans or sweatpants for the boys to show off their bulges, and how to properly date and crush on each other. Guys, this is, if you don't know what grooming is, okay, I know that Tiffany's doing this under the guise of videoing, but Tiffany is creating a culture of grooming. She's doing this for her own gratification because she's a predator. Okay, she's a Pluto. Ms. Smith asking plaintiff Hayden H. whether his balls have dropped yet and how long it is, referring to his pee. Ms. Smith later remarked to plaintiff Sophia F. that since Hayden H. had not gone through puberty yet, she wondered how big his pee was and whether his balls had dropped yet. These are prepubescent teenagers, everybody. This is sexual assault. There's no other way to put this. There's no nice way to put this. There's no word you can put on this that makes it that this is absolutely. If this happened to girls, and it did, but if a dude did this, and if a dude was this would be all over the news right now. Okay? But because she's a woman, she's getting away with it. She is doing the craziest things I've ever heard. Okay? Ms. Smith asking various plaintiffs whether they have had S before including oral S, and then encouraging plaintiffs to try oral S. Encouraging teenagers to have oral S. Ms. Smith telling plaintiff Corinne D. with an earshot of other plaintiffs that Ms. Hill's P was small. Mr. Hill's P was small, and that she, Corinne, would never want to have S with him. Ms. Smith also frequently pushed, pulled, struck Corinne D. and yanked her hair while on and off set. I tell you this, if someone ever touched my child or said something like that around my child, I would be in jail because there's just no way I would ever put up with that. I would literally headbutt you into space. Ms. Smith frequently telling plaintiff Sophia F. that she was sexually underdeveloped. I'm just going to say it. This video is going to get demonetized. I don't care. This is not what this is about. So she had no boobs and that she was so flat. This is what they're telling teenage girls, prepubescent teenage girls. Like they already don't have enough body image problems because of the rest of the effing internet. Because they need more problems from this disgusting piece of shit. Sorry. No, lucky, this is the lawsuit that dropped today on Tiffany Rockelle. This is all alleged in this, listed all in this lawsuit I'm reading to you right now. I didn't know half of this stuff, guys. I know that some of it went on, but this stuff is absolutely heartbreaking. Again, trigger warning. Please be careful with this information, okay? Ms. Smith locked plaintiff Walker B into a bathroom for discussion and told him that he had another male squad member were horny bastards for allegedly holding hands with two other female squad members, which Walker B never did. Ms. Smith would also pressure Walker B into be more sexually aggressive and physical with her daughter, Piper, so the pair's crush connection would appear more realistic in Piper's videos. During one period of time, Ms. Smith allowed a young adult to come into the filming set and sexually harass the male plaintiffs by touching their private parts and or otherwise, backhanding or tapping them on their penises. During a thumbnail photo shoot for a YouTube video, Ms. Smith demanded that plaintiff Sophia F. take her clothes off and ultimately made it appear that Sophia F. was fully naked. Ms. Smith also frequently told the male plaintiffs to take their shirts off for photos and videos because sex sells, in quotes. Let's never forget after that, I finished reading one of these, that these are kids. They are not adults. They're young kids, often 12 to 14 years old. So many kids watch this, by the way, everybody. This stuff is targeted towards kids. Completely is. No, I didn't even expect this video. Yeah, women can be Plutos too. And this is one of the most egregious things I've ever seen. She's such a predator. This is the lawsuit against Tiffany Rockelle Smith, but Piper's company, which Tiffany runs. YouTube, right after this video, YouTube needs to be told to get this shit off the internet. If any of these allegations are true and come true, and she's allowed to keep her channel and let this ring of trafficking continue, YouTube is going to have to be held accountable to this. For purpose of creating thumbnail photos for Piper YouTube videos, Ms. Smith would frequently tell plaintiffs, including Piper, to make sexy kissing faces for thumbnails, to push their butts out, to stick their stomachs in, wear something sluttier, and would otherwise position plaintiffs' bodies in explicitly and sexually suggestive positions. On other occasion, when plaintiff Aiden M. asked Miss Smith for a thumbnail for his YouTube channel, Miss Smith told Aiden M. that she wanted to kill herself and that when she's laying in a pool of her own blood, Aiden would post her dead body on Instagram. What the F? Miss Smith would often boast to plaintiffs and others about being the madam of YouTube. The madam of YouTube and a pimp of YouTube, and she makes kitty pee. She would say this out loud, everybody. Miss Smith would discuss sex toys with plaintiffs, such as Sophia F., and ask whether she knew what a dildo was for. This kid's 12 or 13. She's asking these kids and giving them drugs and drinking and talking about sex. It seems like she couldn't stop talking about it. It seems like that's all it ever was. And Gavin Magnus's mom knew this was going on, and I think is repartnered with Tiffany. Knows everything that went down and still went back to her. Miss Smith would often boast to plaintiffs and others about being the... Oh, yeah, I already said that. On one occasion during an off-site shoot in Las Vegas, Miss Smith offered hemp brownies to plaintiffs who unwittingly consumed them. Miss Smith also discussed and engaged in the use of recreational drugs around plaintiffs and encouraged the same. Thanks, Dee Dee. Why hasn't something happened yet? Because no one cares. Because there's so much money being made. Tiffany has been able to silence them up to now. This is the first time this is coming out because they all got together and they all grew some balls and they finally did what they needed to do. Yes, she drugged kids. Yes, she did. All right, let's keep going here. On another occasion, offset, Miss Smith asked plaintiff Reese, the youngest plaintiff, and Lenny, the dead cat's voice, whether you're... Okay, we read that already, so let's go down. I want to read this one again to everybody who's just coming into the chat right now. This is the one that's got me really upset. On another occasion, offset, plaintiff Corinne accompanied Miss Smith to the local post office where Miss Smith mailed out several of Piper's soiled training bras and panties to an unknown individual. Miss Smith remarked to Corinne that old men like to smell this stuff. I need you guys to let that soak in. She took a kid with her to mail out her daughter's dirtied linens, underwear, undergarments, to men to smell them for money. She sold them to predators for money. Could you imagine? That guy's watching Piper on YouTube, okay? He's got a parasocial relationship that Piper might not even be aware of. I'm sure she is. And that she's sending him her underwear to sniff while he watches the YouTube channel. Ms. Smith would oftentimes make numerous other sexually suggestive remarks to the male plaintiffs and or embarrass Mr. Hill in an attempt to make him jealous of her relationship with the male plaintiffs. It sounds like Tiffany's trying to date these kids or create relationships with them or had relationships with them. That's what this sounds like, specifically this Mr. Hill. It sounds like she had or she thought she did, and it was just making them jealous and talking about this stuff because she's a predator. How aren't they in jail, Jenna? Good effing question. I don't know. I'm sure the FBI has been told about this. I have looked at Piper's thing, and it's a lot of male viewers. Yes, it is. Tiffany's trying to have another baby because she thinks it's going to help her get out of jail. It's not going to happen. This report is filed. This is a lawsuit filed by 8 YouTubers and their families, young kids. Who blew the whistle? All 8 of these families decided they had had enough and they were not scared of Tiffany anymore, and now they're coming after her. I've never seen anything like this. Miss Smith would frequently spank and or otherwise slap several of plaintiffs' buttocks, also attempt to and occasionally succeed in probing and or otherwise sticking a finger in plaintiffs' butts as they pass by her on or off the set. So she would stick her thumb or her finger in a kid's butt crack. I don't understand why this is just a civil lawsuit, everybody. I don't understand this. These are allegations made by multiple children. And she's still just kind of hanging out in LA, making a bunch of money. Yes, Kelsey, this just became public about an hour and a half ago. Oh, yeah, they made money off these kids. Millions of dollars. Millions of dollars. This is criminal. I think they're starting the civil case because they're hoping it goes to criminal. They're wanting this to get a bunch of attention, which is right. FBI is going to need to intensify in this thing. Oh, thanks, Remy. I appreciate it. Remery. Yeah, be careful, guys. Don't watch the stuff. It's just crazy. We don't need a petition. There's no petition needed. This shit is going to explode in the next couple of days. You watch. Oh, news is already picking it up. It's already happening. It's going to get crazy. Oh, I'm sure they already have it, but let's continue to read. Miss Smith would frequently spank or said, okay. On another occasion, Miss Smith accessed and showed plaintiff Corinne D. the pornographic website P-Hub. On several other occasions, Miss Smith would accuse several male plaintiffs of masturbating on set. On numerous occasions, Miss Smith would verbally harass, yell, and curse at plaintiffs if she felt they were doing something wrong in the videos, which would oftentimes cause plaintiffs to break down and cry either on set or after they got home to their families. Unfortunately, I gotta stop here for a second. What the hell? Why are these parents allowing their kids to continue on? Like none of these kids ever came home and said any of this stuff to their parents. If it ever comes out that these kids actually told their parents and their parents let them ever go back after hearing any of these complaints, those parents should be in jail too. Look, I know I'm trying to help these other parents. I know, but I'm getting upset that these parents might have known what was going on and sent their kids back into the pit of hell. No, plain Jane. This shit just dropped an hour and a half ago. Tiffany right now is sweating. I guarantee it. Thank you, Anna. I did a video on Tiffany Rockelle making out with an underage transgender boy on forcing this boy to kiss her while Piper pulled her face back and they were drinking and doing drugs. On camera, this happened, and she didn't face any consequences. Okay. Unfortunately, and even after plaintiffs eventually left the squad, Miss Smith's abuse did not end there. As she and Mr. Hill actively sought to... Oh, Hill is the freaking boyfriend. My bad. I'm sorry, guys. As she and Mr. Hill actively sought to sabotage plaintiffs by driving down viewers and subscribers in their individual YouTube channels. So that's where we're going into this next. Gavin, are you here? Who's liars? Is this Gavin's mom? I know this isn't Gavin. You're telling me everything I just read there, Gavin's mom, is a lie? Is that because you're now connected to Piper? It's all a lie. You're telling me all these kids are lying. Are you calling these kids, Gavin's mom, are you calling these kids that are calling Tiffany out? Are you calling these victims liars? You're with who? Your mom or you're with Tiffany? They lie about what? They lie about mine too. They're just broke moms. Yeah, I'm sure. Why did they stay? I just told you, dude. Gavin, you got to get off this chat, dude, and tell your mom to come into the chat, not use your account. It's not Gavin, everybody. It's his mother. She does this on Twitter too. Gavin, if this is you, or if this is Gavin's mom, do yourself a favor and get out of the squad. You might go to jail too, Gavin's mom. You might be going to jail too, just so you're aware. I don't think you understand the gravity of what's going on. You have no idea what you've gotten yourself into. If you're watching this, Gavin's mom, get your kid out of that place ASAP and get yourself a damn good lawyer. You're going to need it. People stay because their parents put them in it because they think fame is worth more than anything else. They make money off their kids doing this. These kids individually have over 8 million subs on their own channels. Okay. They make money too. They get on this channel. She doesn't pay them, but they get exposure so their own channels grow. Right? Gavin Magnus is one of the young kids that was in the squad first. He was one of the love interests of Piper. Then he went on his own when his mom dropped the bomb and they got all in a big fight. Gavin did his own music videos, which are super inappropriate for a 13-year-old. And his mom is just as bad. Gavin is a victim, just like Piper is. All these kids are victims. Piper's not an enemy here. Piper is a victim. All these kids are victims. Even Gavin is a victim. Gavin's mom knew too what was going on. She dropped all the tea in a live on Instagram. Gavin's mom, I know you're listening to this. You knew everything that Tiffany was doing. You knew all this stuff because you were pissed that she was doing it. Why would you let your son back into that type of situation? Why would you allow your 13-year-old boy, your son, who you're supposed to protect and love, back into that house with a predator? Yes. Is this you? Why am I funny? Do you think this is a joke? You think this lawsuit's a joke? If Tiffany goes to jail because of this, I hope you know that you're likely going to go to jail for this. They're mad. Let me tell you why they're mad. Because Tiffany is a predator and she hurt their children. And she did these things, allegedly, that these kids are, and I believe them because I believe the victims. So they're just mad? Yeah, I'd be mad too. Are you kidding me right now? You're disgusting. You are involved. Is Gavin right now part of the squad? Don't call me bro. Grow up. What kind of parent are you? Are you serious? Gavin is not part of the squad. You're telling me that right now. I'm going to look at her video right now. Stand by, everybody. Of course she's going to deny everything. Which mom should go to jail? Tiffany? Yeah, I hope you're talking about Tiffany. Tiffany kicked her out because the mom wanted. So I have an honest question for you here. I'm not getting the story. Okay, I'm reading the whole lawsuit. Okay. You can drop all the names you want. Are you telling me that everything that's listed in this lawsuit is all lies? Are you going to co-sign with Tiffany right now? I want to hear your yes or no. Are you telling me that Tiffany is innocent of everything? Forget it. Are you telling me that Tiffany is innocent? Are you telling me that Tiffany is innocent? Yes or no? Cool, they're jealous. Great. Are you telling me then that Tiffany is innocent? She's innocent. Okay, cool. Well, somebody take a screenshot of that shit. Because as soon as this comes out, I guess we'll come back to that. Yes, that you think Tiffany's innocent. No, it's not. It's her. No, it's no. I've been talking to Gavin, and it's definitely his mom who uses his account. It's the other way around. It's Gavin's mom using Gavin's account. Or maybe it is. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is Gavin. I don't know. Anyway, is there any mods in here? Maybe it's friggin' Tiffany using this account. Is Will here? Yeah. Well, if this is indeed you and we can corroborate that this is your account, you just told me that Tiffany was innocent. So, well, why don't you read the lawsuit and then send me over all the corrections? Blair, get rid of Magnus and all the Magnuses out of this chat. I don't want them here. Thanks, dude. I appreciate it. Let's continue this BS. So now we're going to step into we're going to go away from the predatorial like S stuff and into the predatorial like tearing down their channels and stuff like that. Yeah. You're not going to tell anybody the truth because you are complicit in this. So why would I ever listen to you? Are you serious? You do the exact same thing that Tiffany does with your own son. What do you have to say? You should be ashamed of yourself and what you've done to your child because he's going to turn out in all the wrong ways because what you're doing is exploiting him for money. You should be so ashamed of yourself. And you're not, and you probably love it. Yeah, I'm reading all the allegations on this lawsuit that's dropped a couple hours ago. Promise you, Tiffany right now is booking a ticket to Mexico. Okay. On several occasions during and after their time in the squad, plaintiffs and or their guardians learned that defendants were capable of, and in fact, had interfered with plaintiffs and other YouTube channels by engaging in a variety of dirty tactics such as using bots, paying to quickly add and then remove subscribers from a YouTube channel, which affects YouTube's algorithm for recommended content, falsely flagging content as inappropriate on YouTube, which leads to the content being deemed restricted. Okay, so let me explain that to you guys. YouTube's run by algorithms, not by human beings, okay? If you have enough money, you can manipulate the algorithms in huge ways, okay? If your video is getting a ton of upvotes, that's why I always ask people to give me a thumbs up or make a comment. Engagement on a channel is really good. It puts it up in the algorithm, okay? If you get a ton of thumbs downs, engagement also goes up, but in a negative way. So it won't be shared widely after that, okay? So what they do, and if you get subscribers and unsubscribers and in hundreds, like it looks like someone came to your channel, subscribed, watched, hated it, unsubscribed. So the algorithm is like, okay, they must be saying something super offensive. They must be doing something really stupid. Their content must be really garbage. So the algorithm thinks, take them out of the algorithm. That is how this works, everybody. Thanks for doing that, Will. Appreciate it. So, and these are all like Russian bot farms that cost a lot of money. You can buy views, you can buy subscribers, and buy the millions if you have the money. You know, you can pay up to $40,000 a month, allegedly what Tiffany was doing, to get millions of views. And the thing is that those views turn into money because those views watch the ads. So that shit is fraud. It's against YouTube's terms of service, and it's get you kicked off ASAP. So if they have proof of this, and I hope they can find it, it's going to be hard to because the shit's on the deep web. Okay, if they can find it, she's gone. She's gone. Oh yeah, they'll comment bots. You can get bots, pay bots to do anything. No, YouTube doesn't care. This channel makes YouTube millions of dollars. Millions. This lawsuit needs to go through. Tiffany needs to go to jail, and then YouTube will be pressured to take this off. That's all that's going to happen. Here, I'll get you guys the link to this. The channel name is Piper Rockelle. Sorry. Yeah, but you have to do it in mass. So you have to get like 10,000 people and go do it like en masse. Like, boom, you have to hit it. And you can't, like, it's just not. It's against YouTube's terms of service to do that stuff. So it has to be natural. Because if you're manipulating the algorithm, YouTube doesn't like that. YouTube doesn't like to be taken advantage of, guys. If YouTube finds out that this happens, like, and it's on a massive level, advertisers are not going to spend money on advertising dollars because they're like, why would I do that when it's a million Russian bots watching the ad, right? Let's continue here. Falsely flagging content is inappropriate, and then embedding plaintiffs' videos into P sites and working with an inside individual named Alex at YouTube to help restrict plaintiffs' videos. What? What? And working with an inside individual named Alex at YouTube to help restrict plaintiffs' videos. Somebody tweet this at Mama Max. So there's an inside, Tiffany has an insider of YouTube who helps restrict their videos, allegedly. What? Holy God, you guys, I don't think you guys understand the magnitude of this right now. You guys have no idea the magnitude of what we're reading right now. If this is true, if this comes out and they can bring Alex forward and interview him and do whatever they need to do legally, this is a big deal. We're talking huge deal right now. Oh my gosh. I'm scared of my channel getting shut down now. Whatever. Miss Smith frequently instructed Mr. Hill, which is her son/boyfriend, to tank plaintiffs and non-parties' YouTube channels. In fact, on one occasion, Mr. Hill admitted to plaintiff Sawyer S.'s mother and guardian, Angela S., that he knew how to tank other people's YouTube channels and had in fact tanked plaintiff Walker B's YouTube channel after he left the squad. In addition, Mr. Hill openly bragged about having a contact named Alex at YouTube who would help keep Piper's numbers high by lifting restrictions on content while placing and enforcing restrictions on other content such as plaintiffs. Oh my God. What am I reading right now? Guys, what are we reading right now? So there were people flagging Piper's stuff, but this Alex, if this is a person, maybe the Hill is just lying, but if this is true, this guy would remove those conditions so her channel would be pushed out. I'm mind blown right now that I didn't even ever think that they could do this, but why not? It's just, it makes sense if you can find an insider. That's fraud. Holy shit. Again, none of this is proven, guys. This is all alleged in a lawsuit. So none of it is proven. Oh my gosh. Holy. On another occasion in December 2020, Miss Smith told plaintiff Sawyer mother, Angela, that she was angered by all the views that one of Piper's competitors, YouTube teen sensation Liliana Ketchman, her parents are just as bad, was getting on YouTube. Thereafter, despite the fact that Lily Kay ran her own highly successful YouTube channel and was never even a member of the squad, Lily Kay experienced a significant decline in subscribers, video views, and revenue in January 2021. And beyond in comparison to prior months in which she produced and uploaded content to her YouTube channel. On information, belief, plaintiffs aver that Miss Smith and Mr. Hill were behind a decline in Lily Kay subscribers, video views, and revenue. If this is the case, everybody, if this can be proven, oh my gosh, this could be a major pivotal moment on YouTube to get kids off of this channel. Well, here's how they do it, right? It's same as Instagram. All these people have Instagrams for their kids, and it says "run by parent," and there's like there, and Instagram, Facebook, everybody's like, "Okay, cool, got it." It's so stupid. You have to be 13 to have a social media account. Half these kids are babies, and it just says "run by parent," and Instagram is cool with that. It's still just children content. It's still just completely children. Oh my God. Are there trolls here? Are there trolls? I haven't seen any trolls. Thank you for covering this, Joshua. Yeah, it's a lot, but thank you for joining. Yeah. Oh, is someone here called Goat? Yeah, Goat. Have you seen my video of kissing a minor? Yeah, if Will's still here, Will, just get rid of the trolls. I mean, I usually don't mind trolls in here, but this is too important to let trolls come in here and try to discredit this because this is craziness. We literally have a video of Tiffany doing this on camera. And there's 8 kids here who are victims, who are calling us out, and these people want to say that these kids are liars? Yeah. Okay, let's continue. Defendant's interference with the operation of plaintiff's YouTube channel has caused a significant loss of subscribers and overall general viewership of plaintiff's YouTube videos, which in turn has caused a precipitous loss of income for plaintiffs. In my opinion, though, they should all be off YouTube. Is Will not here? I can get rid of them. Where are they? Okay. Hey, there you are. Thanks, Tommy. Get these guys out of here. Oh, I'm at Mark's, the house he built that he's selling. I'm taking his photos. This Goat says the lawsuit's old. This lawsuit came out today. Okay. Anyway, let's continue reading. Viewership, subscribership, and revenue drastically decline across plaintiffs' respective YouTube channels after plaintiffs leave the squad. During their time in the squad, plaintiffs primarily filmed content for Piper's YouTube channel and thus for defendants' I can't read. At the same time, plaintiffs, with the exceptions of plaintiff Corinne and Reese, also maintained their own YouTube channels and had their own subscribers and viewers based on their own content creations. Indeed, plaintiffs enjoyed a significant revenue stream of their own from YouTube prior to collaborating with Piper and joining the squad. Just ignore them then. They don't even, whatever. So let's continue to read here. After suffering through Miss Smith's abuse as delineated above, all while uncompensated for their contributions for Piper's YouTube channel. By the way, that's against the law. You have to pay these people. Plaintiffs all eventually left the squad to either focus on building their own YouTube channels, collaborating with each other or other non-abusive individuals on video content, or exploring and owning their other talents such as singing, dancing, social media influencing, entrepreneurship, and acting. When plaintiffs eventually left the squad, they immediately began to experience a significant decline in not only number of views to the content that they created and uploaded to their respective YouTube channels, but also a decline of the number of subscribers to their respective YouTube channels. As a result, plaintiffs suffer a drastic reduction in revenue from YouTube. Moreover, plaintiffs visibly on YouTube were so negatively impacted that it interfered with their ability to effectively market themselves and secure potentially lucrative endorsements. Are you back? So we know that's going on. For example, the following charts taken from Plaintiff Sawyer S. respective analytics page in his YouTube channel demonstrates a drastic decline on his YouTube channel viewership, YouTube channel subscribers, and YouTube channel revenue after leaving the squad by depicting the number of Sawyer S.'s YouTube videos from the time he joined the squad to present, the number of Sawyer YouTube subscribers from the time to present, and revenue to present. YouTube revenue from when he joined the squad to the time he left the squad and then left. So they're just saying we can see the drastic drop from the time. Look at the freaking analytics on that. Can you guys see that? Okay, look, guys, this is crazy. So this is when he left the squad. Look at this. First of all, look how much money he made. Holy crap. And that's between Jan 15, 2020 and December 18, 2021. This kid made $293,000. Holy shit. So he's making a ton of money up to this point here. When he joined the squad on January 15th, 2020, up to December 8th, 2021. Okay? That's a 13-year-old kid. Now, do you understand why parents do this? Do you see? Because that 393,000 isn't even 393,000. It's more like 500,000. Okay? Plus ad reads, plus sponsorships. That kid raked in probably close to $1 million in that time period. And guess where that money goes? Into his parents' account. Oh, I'm going to follow this case like I'm watching Survivor, okay? I'm not letting this go. Piper's bio dad, we don't know. They just did a fake video about him one day. Yes. At the end of this, I think the parents are hoping, I'm hoping that this gets called out, brought to the attention of all mainstream media, and then YouTube and all the social media platforms are forced to change every law when it comes to this type of content. And there is so much of this content, everybody. I'm talking billions of dollars of content. We're talking from the Stoffers, Katie Stoffer on Instagram, who uses just her children. We have to get this shit taken down because this is where it leads to, everybody. This is where it leads to. They're doing a civil case first so they can depose them and use that against them. Yeah, damn right. Do you know who the highest paid YouTube family is from views? Yep. Easily. Yeah, YouTube doesn't want this out there. So you guys aren't probably going to get the notification. This is probably the most important video I've ever done. Yeah, I've tweeted at Team YouTube. They just give you the canned answer. Again, all this stuff all has to come to a head in a big legal case for some reason before YouTube or any of these companies are forced to do anything. Because these companies, if that kid made $400,000 on YouTube, YouTube made $275,000 off that kid. That's 60%. He gets 60% of the revenue. That is 60% of the revenue he actually made. Well, they keep this stuff pretty private. Most channels will not tell you what they make because they make a lot. YouTubers with big subscriber counts make tons and tons of money. Like, I'm not even joking. Okay, at the height of Micah's career, they're pulling in $600,000-$700,000 a month, or sorry, a year. Like $50,000-$60,000 a month, $70,000 a month. Okay, nobody wants to tell you that because, yeah, this could lead to violence and like crazy stuff. If people knew how much these kids made, they'd become even a bigger target because they know that these parents are filthy freaking rich. They are filthy rich, everybody, and there is no protections or anything in place for these kids online. And these parents make millions of dollars. I can't believe that analytic. Woo! So here's another one. It says Sora gained an average of 80,000 subscribers each month before leaving the squad. Right? And then after leaving the squad, gained an average of 3,000 subscribers each month, which is a huge loss, by the way. Man, they're really showing it. They just, oof. Yeah, this kid went from making $300,000 in close to a year to less than $70,000. Oh my gosh. Look at those analytics. Holy shit. I know you guys probably don't see what I'm seeing here. That is mind-blowing. What you see that? You see this drop in the curve? You see this curve? This is crazy. Oh, I'm sure she did. I looked, I didn't see it, so maybe not. Charts 1 through 6 set forth above. Yeah, you don't need to go through all the numbers. Not a big deal. First cause of action, violation of California Civil Code 3344. Plaintiffs Aiden, Sophia, Claire, blah, blah, blah. At no time did plaintiffs Aiden give their permission to defendants and each of them to use their names. Oh, they didn't even give permission. They didn't sign agreements. Wow. The conduct of defendants is alleged here above constitutes a violation of Section 3344 California Civil Code. Knowing and unauthorized use of plaintiffs' identities and personas for commercial purposes. These people didn't sign agreements. Tiffany's a dumbass. Good, though. Good. Okay. Second clause of action, violation of common law right of publicity. Plaintiffs, by nature of meticulous cultivation of their individual brands, are very valuable worldwide and are invested with substantial goodwill in the eyes of the public. Accordingly, plaintiffs, blah, 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 have valuable right of publicity, property right with substantial. They're just showing you how much they're owed because of what happened. Yeah, they tell everybody Hunter is the brother and it's the mom's boyfriend. Unjust enrichment. As a result of defendant's wrongful act, defendant and each of them have been unjustly enriched in benefits such as unjust enrichment and benefits include that are not limited to the value of the use of plaintiffs' names and likenesses. Defendants and each of them are under an obligation to pay plaintiffs, and they can call into their analytics. You can't delete your analytics, everybody. Your analytics are there. You can't. If they get like If they get subpoenaed, you're going to be able to see the analytics and break it down per episode what these kids are actually owed, and it's going to be in the millions. If Tiffany doesn't go to jail, she's absolutely going to be bankrupt. And this channel is going to be removed. And hopefully Piper gets taken out of her care and put into better care. This is crazy. I want to point out again that Jordan Matter is a big part of this stuff, everybody. Jordan Matter does a lot of their stuff. I don't want you guys to forget Jordan Matter's name. Okay? Don't forget his name. Yeah, I mean, Hunter, there's no allegations against Hunter here except for the fraud with the YouTube stuff, right? And it's not even, I don't know if it's even considered fraud, but that's what he did. If it's fraud, then he'd go to jail, but I don't think that he's ever been accused of the explicit stuff. Oh, Jake Paul was just helped her channel grow. He was doing this early in his channel. He was helping a lot of kids grow. He was getting them on his channel and stuff like that. Like, he's not involved, meaning like he didn't do any of this stuff, but he like helped them grow and become where they are. Is it Lokestar or Logan Paul? One of the Pauls. They're all the same. They're all the same. But if Logan Paul has an inkling of self-respect, he should call this shit out because he was a big part of this. He's a big part of getting them famous. How much did they pay him? He's got a podcast. He's got a massive voice. Why doesn't he call this out? Everybody needs to tweet this at everybody. Okay? Everybody needs to be covering this. Jordan Matter gets, I don't know if he does illegal things, but he definitely gets kids to do inappropriate things on camera, for sure. Like, yep. And he exploits his own daughter, of course. I'll be covering him this year. I promise you that. This guy has been on my target for, he's a big deal, though. This guy's a pretty freaking big deal. So it's not someone to mess with. So, but I don't really care at this point. These people, anybody connected to Tiffany who ever supported anything she ever did and was in their world, in my opinion, is complicit. Yeah, there's going to be some deals made. Tiffany's going to jail, that's for sure. Yeah, make sure you guys smash the like. Get this out there. So is there any more here to read? They're just going into the punitive damages, what they can get paid, civil conspiracy, sexual battery, 8th cause of battery. Holy shit. Tiffany's going to jail. Emotional distress, violation of California 17200. Unlawful and unfair fraudulent business actor practices, prayer for relief. Crazy the language that they use. Wow. So this was dated January 11th. Sorry, this is 3 days ago, but I'm sure it just got delivered today. Dated January 11th, 2022. Here's the exhibits. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's a big deal, everybody. This is a big deal. Any questions? Okay, there's a bunch of new people in the chat. Let me update you guys on what's going on. Everybody knows who Tiffany Rockelle is, Piper Rockelle's mom, who we did a video on making out with a minor and just being gross, and didn't suffer any negative impact from doing that, even though that person came out with a statement, and to the police, by the way. So the lawsuit dropped on January 11th. I don't know if it was just delivered today, but it just became public today. There are 8 YouTuber families, kids that were in the squad, ex-members of the squad, suing Tiffany for many things, notably misconduct sexually and otherwise, drugs, alcohol, and then flattening their channels, making them lose a ton of money, sticking her finger up their butt and touching breasts and being inappropriate, selling her daughter's underwear and bras to men overseas and telling a young girl that men like to sniff them. That's why she's selling them. That's what's going on right now. That's what I've caught you up. So Tiffany and Rockelle, likely and hopefully, in my opinion, if any one of these things is true, should end up in jail, as far as I'm concerned. Don't forget that Tiffany Rockelle's son, Piper's brother, is Tiffany's boyfriend, not brother. So it's just crazy. Tiffany is self-proclaimed the madam of YouTube and creates child pee. She says it's alleged in this document. Wow. You're right. All kinds of evil is what Tiffany is. And then Gavin Magnus's mom came in the chat with Gavin, who are now reconnected with Piper and trying to say that, no, this is all wrong. And you know what? She's going to have her day in the court, right? Because these kids have made allegations that are really detailed. Okay. And you know what? I'm sure there's footage out there right now that this guy, Hunter, is burning in a fire right now, by the way. Hunter was the one that edited all these videos. Could you imagine how much shit that guy has on video that he's right now destroying? So that's why I'm wondering why they left it like this and didn't contact the police so they could do a raid and get all the information, because there's probably hard drives and hard drives and hard drives. Well, really? Jordan Mater got punched in Times Square and called a pedo. Well, yeah. I don't know if he is. I wouldn't call him that, but he definitely takes photos and stuff of little girls that he shouldn't be. I'm sorry. That is inappropriate for anybody to do, not just a dude. The lawsuit is against Tiffany and Mr. Hill, but mostly Tiffany. Oh, yeah, I'd interview a naysayer. For sure I would. Yeah, she gave them edibles, allegedly. Oh, she got tons of sponsors. People make millions of dollars. Shine is one of them, big one. They do clothing. They dress like adults. I don't even know why they make clothes for teenagers like that. Father's not in the story because the mother has alienated the father, likely because she's a predator. I imagine this guy. I imagine Piper's dad knows a lot more about any of this. I hope he comes out and whistleblows. Yeah, there's a legend here that Tiffany would send their videos to child P sites so that we get them removed on YouTube. And there's one of the biggest bombshells I realized in here was that if it's correct, if the allegation is correct, Mr. Hill and Tiffany had an insider at YouTube that would lift her videos out of the the shadow banning and put them in the front, and then use that same person to shut down the other channels. They allegedly have someone on the inside of YouTube named Alex who would do this for them. I bet you Alex right now is sweating in his freaking nerdy underpants right now. It's probably a lot of Alexes there, but it's going to come out. And I bet you YouTube is going to want to keep this pretty silent. What would happen to her kids if she goes to jail? They'd be way better off. It doesn't matter. If they lived in a box down by the river, they'd be in a better position. Okay? Her kids would likely go into the system. They would be, they're famous though, so I don't know how this works. I'm sure somebody will do come in and step in, but I don't know. Guys, don't watch Piper's videos. Don't go over there and watch it. Don't go on her Instagram. Don't give them engagement. That's the detriment of this. What's going to happen when this stuff goes viral, and it will, is their engagement's going to triple, quadruple. It's true. This is maybe a silver lining. If this blows up, YouTube will be looking for someone to blame and take the fall. So if it's true they had someone on the inside, YouTube will, good, and they deserve it. If they truly have someone on the inside, YouTube is going to want to be like, oh my gosh, they're going to have to do an internal audit, and they're going to say, how much is this happening? If you can pay a programmer or whatever a bunch of money, like that's, oh my God, could you imagine if I paid an insider at YouTube to say, put me ahead, put me in the front pages, do all this stuff. And I made a ton of money from that. And I paid this guy that money. I think that's fraud. Like, I think that's against the terms of service at minimum. Like, you're talking jail time and stuff like that. Yeah, that's one thing that has to happen here. The people that sponsor these channels need to be contacted immediately. The law firm is Dillon Law Group Incorporated. Here's the link. Here's the link if anybody wants it. Come on, go. No, don't go on the channels of the former squad members either. Those kids are also being exploited, everybody. Don't forget that. Yeah, they're victims, but they're also being exploited by their parents on these other channels. They're just doing the same thing. At the root here is kids being exploited. Please don't go to the other channels. Piper is 14. Don't support them, guys. That's literally everything we're against right here. All of these kids are being exploited by their parents, every single one of them. Every single one of them. There's no way they get into this world without their parents giving them permission to do it. This world is really dangerous. They shouldn't be doing it. For now, I'm on their side because they're trying to take down Tiffany. But in the end, they're doing just the same shit. So don't. You can support the kids, absolutely. But you shouldn't support them by helping them on this platform that got them here in the first place. It's Piper Rockelle. Oh, the kids' channel name is Piper Rockelle, the squad. If you guys have children, okay, they shouldn't even be watching YouTube for kids. No kid should be on YouTube, not even YouTube for kids. It's been like proven time and time again that there's content on there they should be watching. Don't let your kids watch YouTube, not even YouTube for kids. Please don't. Please stop. Netflix and Disney is fine. Okay? Stop letting them watch YouTube. It is so bad. Where's Gavin? Why am I funny? I mean, like, you got something good to say, Gavin's mom, or what? Or what's going on? You think this is funny, Gavin's mom, but you guys, what you don't realize is the absolute craziness. And in this world of victimhood and everything else, what's going on with Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell and everything, you're crazy. Teresa on Gavin's account. Yeah, you can support the kids by sending this lawsuit link to every news outlet in the world. Piper's here. Where? Okay, is this Tiffany? Is this confirmed? Is this her account? So Tiffany, because likely this is not Piper. I don't know what I'm talking about, sure. But I just read an allegation that's like 18 pages long that you got served with. So, I mean, I don't know what I'm talking about. Cool. Unfortunately, I do know what I'm talking about, which is why I'm so sad for what you do to your children. Unfortunately, I do know. Anybody who takes their kids out of school and forces them to work on the internet to make money, you're disgusting. You exploit your children to make money, Tiffany. Hey, man, or whoever this is, Teresa, I'm also telling you that those other kids' parents are bad too for letting their kids do this. But these kids turned into victims because of what the parents let them do. So I'm not on anybody's side. I'm just on their side for now until Tiffany goes to prison. Why do you keep asking this question? They're not fake accounts. These are actually people. I promise you they're not fake. I mean, if it's such lies, I mean, all we have to do is go look at my video where Tiffany is making out with a teenager. I mean, what else do you need? Just on that one video alone, Tiffany, you should be in prison. So maybe you should call Alex over at YouTube and get my channel taken down, because I'm not going to stop talking about this. I don't really care. What you guys are, if I do anything before I get canceled off this freaking platform, I hope it takes you down. If it's you, Piper, go live on Instagram right now. Or better yet, I'll give you a link. You can come into this video right now and you can talk to me about it. Gavin, you should probably be in bed, dude. I will literally, Teresa or Tiffany, you can absolutely, I'll send you the link right now in this chat if you want to come into this and tell your side of the story. Unbelievable. I don't even like going to Piper Rockelle's Instagram page. It should be illegal to do this to your teenage daughter. Happy to have you on, everybody. I won't even yell at you, maybe. Tell your mom to come on the show, Gavin. If this is Gavin. Yeah, where are my mods? Are there any mods? Do you have any mods in here? Oh, 147. Yes, even better. 147 pages. I only read you guys like 18 pages, and I'm scarred for life. Gavin, if that's you or if that's Teresa, okay, you guys know that there's a video out there of Tiffany making out with a teenager, right? So why would you associate with a predator after you know that there's video proof of her doing it? No, Piper's definitely not going live. Oh, God. I hate looking at that channel. I had a conversation with Gavin's dad, and we had words. We absolutely had words. And I just realized after talking to his parents, after talking to his dad, these parents are so clueless. I'm not saying that they're stupid. I'm saying they're clueless. They honestly think what they're doing is appropriate. They think we're letting him follow his dreams. We're letting him do this and that. You guys go watch Gavin Magnus's music videos. The kid is 13 years old. Okay, go watch his music videos. Okay, and his dad was getting up on my grill, yelling at me, and then we were having words. I have it recorded, And the shit that guy told me made me so scared for the future of these kids, because these parents honestly believe that they're doing right by their children. Gavin, if that is you, I need you to understand something. None of this is your fault. You are a kid. It is up to your parents to protect you. Okay? And they haven't protected you. You are a victim in all of this. I need you to know that, buddy. You're a good kid, probably pretty smart. But what has happened to you, what you are being told is cool and important, is absolutely crazy. It's ludicrous compared to what you should be doing as a kid. You are a victim, and your parents are exploiting you. Nobody's coming in? That's what I thought. Tiffany, you're probably watching this. And if this Alex guy exists, holy shit, you guys are in a world of hurt right now. Yeah. They're all big talk of big, oh, you're lying. Okay, well, come prove it all wrong. Give me some receipts. Yeah, this is such an interesting comment. How stupid they are they? My 15-year-old's in the room listening to music and playing with Legos. When I imagine my 19-year-old, 15-year-old, 9-year-old, and 7-year-old just playing, having fun, video games, everything, living a normal kid life, skating, tobogganing, going out and riding their bikes, just getting into a little bit of trouble down by the river, throwing rocks or whatever, right? Okay, making jumps and having a good time being children. What saddens me the most for these kids is that these kids will absolutely never be able to live a normal life. Money's great, sure, but these kids are literally being groomed. They do not live normal lives. They will never live normal lives. And when this shit fades away, when the star fades, they will have nothing. Likely, most of them will be addicted to drugs and alcohol and have been abused multiple times before they even become adults. Okay, this is the scariest part of Hollywood, everybody. Okay. Again, Gavin, you're the victim, buddy. You should probably, once you go ask your grandmother or your grandpa if they're still around, or an aunt and uncle or somebody else, a teacher or something, about what they think of your content that your parents let you put on the internet, that your parents likely paid for, your parents likely produced. Why don't you go ask some people not in your world what they think, who you trust? Yeah, Sloan should talk about this. He's got a way bigger channel. He needs to get out here. And I think Sloan will. I'm going to try to, I'll text him after and say, you really, really, really need to talk about this, Sloan. He's got a big voice. So I hope he does. The lawsuit is alleged by 8 YouTubers and their families. A lot of them, okay? That Up to 8 million views. So sad that Gavin comes from so horrible a family, so horrible that they convince him that's okay. Again, Gavin doesn't understand these kids. Again, when it comes to grooming, these kids don't know that they're the victims, right? And unfortunately, the world puts a lot of pressure on them, but they're the victims ultimately at every time. But the kids are the only ones getting bullied and getting comments and getting targeted. The parents are just getting away making money while the kids become the scapegoats for everything. These kids are the victims 100%. Gavin is a victim. He's a good kid. He's just a victim. I think one of the big things that's going to happen from all this is that once this goes through, once it starts going viral, it's going to take down a lot of these people. What? Lindsay Smith, my favorite Gavin song is Ice and Crushing on Your Remix. Lindsay, you look like an adult. You know Gavin's 13, right? You know that, right? How old are you, Lindsay? This is interesting. How old are you? Crazy cat lady. That isn't Gavin. It's his mother. All right, Lindsay, how old are you? Because you look like you're about 30. And I want to know why you watch these people, these children. Yeah, that's true. It's probably not her pick. Probably one of these. It's probably Tiffany. And this is the same thing that this is why I think this is Gavin's mom, because when Gavin reached out to me on Twitter, this is what he would do. He'd say, "Can you go do a video on this Coco girl? Can you go do a video on Eliana Walmsley? Can you do this?" They're trying to redirect me to something else. This is this. So I don't believe that Lindsay Smith is who she says she is. But let's get rid of these people. Sorry, I think as you guys are probably right. There's no reason for Gavin to be in this chat if it actually is him. So let's get rid of him. And I don't want them on this channel. Okay. Well, yeah, Dorothy, this is gonna get. You guys are gonna see something explode pretty soon. I've been waiting for this lawsuit to drop for like a couple weeks, so I knew this was coming down the pike for sure. So it's definitely gonna be crazy. Yeah, She does this a lot. These people, and that's another scary thing about these parents who live in this world, who have their kids on YouTube. They read every comment, they troll, they have multiple sock accounts, they go and do this. This is what they do. They pretend to be their children. Okay? They do it a lot. It's literally identity theft. Okay? They do this and they make a lot of money. So crazy. We're going to continue to follow everybody. I'm just going to have to go to bed now. Frick, I'm so tired. But make sure you guys subscribe, hit the like button on your way out, and we'll definitely continue covering this. We're going to see how this goes. Tweet it to everybody. If you know news people, your friends, whatever, tweet this out, video or the lawsuit, whatever. Make sure people are knowing. Brian Enton, everybody on YouTube. Somebody tweet at Mama Max. I will as well. This needs to be out there. They need Chris Hansen. I'll text Chris Hansen. I'll make sure he knows. I think he's already in the loop on this. He knows what's going on. Yeah, it's crazy. So thank you for joining me tonight. Wow. Yeah. Tweet at Pink too. Pink's interested in this case. See you guys.